if you are filling the drop-down list with all the categories, all right, and then you're eventually picking one, then you want to update and you want to set the category equal to, basically whatever you just changed it to, where the category is equal to what's in the drop-down list. If you don't put a where statement in there, everything will be updated.
Okay. I'll have to go back and check. I don't think I did that.
Well, and to be honest with you, I was thinking about this, and that is the reason that last time that there's a plus and a minus here. I mean, if you look at the customers, okay, if you look at the customers and the stuff that I showed you yesterday, and I mentioned to you how when I did the update, all of a sudden everybody came up as Fred Flintstone. And when I removed that, everyone was removed. And the reason for that is the same thing that you just mentioned. And that is I didn't have a where statement on there. All right. And actually, no, that's not true. I did have a where statement, but guess what? They all equaled Fred Flintstone. So it removed every one. When I did this with the class last year, instead of showing 36 or 27 or whatever it is, customer names, we used the customer ID. So it would just say like 1001, 1002, etc. The bad news about that is a lot of times you've got to sit and guess to know who the customer is. You might not have any idea. The good news is that since you're matching on customer ID and there can only be one customer with each of those IDs, the most records you can ever remove are one. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So like I said, I mean, we could have gone that way too, and maybe we should have. All right. Keegan, have you made any progress?
I've made a little bit, but I haven't gotten that far.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'd like you to, what I'll do today too is I'll go in right now and I'll make sure that there's no problem with the category one. I'll at least look at that. And if I have time, I'll look at the product one too. All right. And if I get those done, great. I'll send them both to you. Then the rest of the day today and tomorrow, then start working on the order and the order details. All right. Now I've got up on the screen here. This is going to change a little bit. Again, this lecture right here, that lecture will be given Friday. All right. What we're going to do next week, and I don't even feel like rewriting this. I can if you want. But what we're going to do next week is we're going to go back and we're going to look at yet another way to do this stuff. We're going to do a more automated way where it's going to fill stuff up for us more automatically. All right. And you're going to get to see the difference between those. Now, my guess is that we can do all that in 1, 2, or at the most 3 class periods. So probably what I'll do a week from tomorrow is I'll give you the MobiRise demo then. All right. So Angie, especially with you now, Keegan, do you still have MobiRise on your machine?
Yeah.
All right. And Angie, what I'd like you to do then, if you haven't done so already, is to go out to mobirise.com, and there is a free version of it. Just go ahead and download it by the beginning of class on 4:30. All right. And what we'll do is we'll very quickly create a couple of these as a class, just so you can see what's going on. Literally, and I don't think that she'd disagree with this, literally Maya put together her portfolio last year in about 15 minutes. So it's not like it's going to take you really long. That said, you're going to have time during that whole last week of class to work on this. Now, as you probably know, Keegan's portfolio and Angie's portfolio are going to be a lot different because Keegan has taken the AWD1100 class and Angie has not. So Angie, what you have to start doing is start figuring out exactly what projects you think belong in there. Pick up to a half dozen. And what we'll do then is I will show you, we'll kind of reverse it from the way it was before. I'll go and I'll grab a couple of my C# projects and show you how easy it is to go and basically put those out on GitHub. And then what you can do if you want to for your project is just provide a hyperlink to that project. So I'll show you how to do that. Again, it really and truly is not difficult. All right. What I'm going to ask is, I think when we get to part 3 of the project, I'm not even going to assign anything. We'll do it as a class. But where I've got here that Monday, then by that Monday, turn in part 2. I don't know. Can you see what I'm doing on the screen here?
Yes,
Does that make sense to both of you?
yes.
All right. Because
Yeah.
then you'll have nothing but the last 2 days of class to finish everything up. I've said this before. I'm not going to stop beating this drum. It's not so bad for you two, but I have 9 of my 10 students are supposed to graduate in 2 weeks. All right. The 10th isn't, because he still has to, I think he still has a gen ed class to take. All right. But the point is, out of those 9, there are right now 3 of them. So 3 out of 9, that's a third. I know you know that, but it's a third of them who are running either I think a D or an F. And they're behind on work, and they have to, keep turning stuff in. So if you've done part 1 of the project, and Angie, you may have turned yours in. I don't know, Keegan, if you did or not. If you did not, just turn in what you have. All right. So I can give you credit for that. And then, like I said, a week from Monday, then turn in part 2. So right now, I will take a quick look at the categories, and I'll at least start on the product stuff. All right, you guys keep working on them, and Angie, like you said, double check and make sure that you're that you have set your you've got a where clause in there. All right, and check the where clause out too. All right, because like you said, I know for a fact that if you don't have a where clause, if I say, for example, this is the example that I always give. Let's pretend for a second, I'm just going to type right down here. So let's pretend that what I want to do is I work for a company and I want to give everybody in accounting a 10% raise. Well, then I want to say something like update employees, set salary equal to salary times 1.1. Now, if I do that, guess what? Everybody who works for the company just got a 10% raise. But if I come in there and say where department name equals accounting, now only those people who work in accounting got a 10% raise. Do you understand the difference between them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, you'll probably want to take a look at that. All right. If you do and you say, no, I still think I did it right, then send me an email. And if nothing else, you don't have to send me your whole project, but send me the file where you're doing the update and I'll take a look at it. All right.
Okay.
That's basically what I wanted to say to you. So we'll meet again tomorrow, and to just look out. I'll see, like I said, I'll look at the category stuff right now. And if I find something out, I'll, or if I have a fix or a whatever, I'll send it to you right away, to both of you. All right. So work on that, work on the products one. And then, like I said, then hopefully tomorrow you'll be able to get at least a little bit of work done on the orders and the order detail. All right. And unless you have any other questions, then I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.